Welcome out to the Sevier Valley Center for the Snow College pregame report. This game features the Bryce Valley Mustangs in their road greens and the Tabiona Tigers in their home whites. They're the higher seed. It's a 7-10 matchup. Should be an exciting game. These two teams have played twice. Great game. This game will be simulcast on teamhive.live, 1aball.com, KTTA 8.1, Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, and KSL Sports. So, Dustin, this is going to be a big one.
I'm excited about this game. When you got it on the schedule for me, I said, hey, this is going to be a good ball game. Looking forward to seeing how they match up for the third time because they're both well-coached teams.
Absolutely.
You know, Coach Brinkerhoff does a great job. Taking a look, I saw that they've got some different zones they like to throw at you, some 1-3-1, some 2-3, and, of course, man, the Matthews girls had a big impact with their size.
She's big in there.
Yeah.
Should be an exciting game. We'll go through the points and stuff for you as we get to the starting lineups. But this has been your Snow College pregame report. You're watching state championship basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back for the starting lineups after this.
Parks Country Market and Rustler's Restaurant on Main Street in Tropic, your hometown grocer. Rustler's offers a wide variety of entrees, and Kindy's Sweet Shop will satisfy that sweet tooth. Dallas and Emily Clark wish the Bryce Valley Mustangs success. Denny Orton at Coldwell Banker Realty is pleased to support all the teams in this year's tournament. Denny has done his best to accommodate both buyers and sellers in our rural area. Top listings and personalized service is what you get with Denny Orton at Coldwell Banker Realty in Penguin. The Cowboys Smokehouse Cafe began in 1993 as a true Texas-style barbecue joint. Over the years, it has evolved into the full-service establishment that it is today. The restaurant is owned by the Perkins and Magoon family. We invite you to the tastiest barbecue around.
Hey, this is Dr. Rob Barrick, the smile artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in the chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
Welcome back to the Sevier Valley Center for the 7-10 matchup between the Bryce Valley Mustangs and the designated home team, Tabiona Tigers, in the home whites. Your starting lineup: Shandy Sire at number 12, averages 7 points a game. Number 10, Haven Sire at 7 points a game. Number 33, Holly Matthews, 7.5 points a game. Cache Tebbs getting the start, the sophomore for Bryce Valley, and probably Kinley Brinkerhoff, number 3, with 6 points a game, was your other starter for Bryce Valley.
And now starting for the designated home team.
And for Tabiona, these two teams, Sadie Rhodes, number 4, Mercedes Rhodes, 11 points a game. Number 10, Taylor Thomas. Number 21, Laney Bagley, 5 points a game. Number 44, Cicely Fabrizio, 9 points a game. And Miley Strebel, number 1, 5 points a game. Miley will shoot the outside ball. So will Mercedes Rhodes, and so will Cicely Fabrizio.
You look at the way these two have matched up. Those three are key in their scoring, obviously. But Mercedes and what was the other one? Fabrizio.
Cicely.
Yeah, Cicely. Those two bring a whole lot to what Tabby's doing offensively.
They absolutely do.
And Mercedes is a great defender. Man, she can defend.
Coach Tyson Brinkerhoff for Bryce Valley and Jake Fabrizio from Tabiona both have built successful programs. Been fun to watch their teams. They've both been there for quite a while.
They have, and that consistency's paid off. As we'll see here in this game, you can see they have a vision. They go, and I love that there.
Tip comes. Matthews gets the tip and knocks it to Bryce Valley, but it goes through the Bryce Valley through Shandy Syrett's hands and taken by the Tigers.
We've seen a little more of this year. Coach Fabrizio slipped a Tabby girl right there to where Matthews usually tips the ball to, and that allowed her to get out on that offensive tip right there.
So Brinkerhoff will bring it across half court, set up the offense. Kinley up top in the corner. Shandy Syrett left corner.
I believe Tabby's in a box and one, but I'm not going to. And they're sliding off when Matthews goes out and away, but otherwise they face Gardner.
Shandy with that little jumper on the low post scores first for Bryce Valley. Cross half court, Mercedes Rhodes. Hands to Fabrizio. She dribbles with that left hand down the left line to the left wing to Thomas. Back to Fabrizio. Jumper from the foul line. Won't go.
Bryce Valley working in a man defense.
Mercedes Rhodes with the rebound. Kicks it up top. Taylor Thomas. Fabrizio. High screen. The roll is there. Fabrizio picks up her dribble. Ball knocked away by Syrett. Fabrizio, 10-foot jumper, left side, buries it.
Working that 1-4 high, just a lot of high pick and rolls, trying to get that space.
So it's kind of a 2-3 that they're dropping Fabrizio on the wings. Matthews, she's got to turn and look right there, Dustin.
Definitely good to face up the basket as Bryce Valley's working in their 3-out, 2-in action.
Kinley Brinkerhoff left wing, Syrett up top. Tebbs. Brinkerhoff takes the three, left wing, and drains a Bryce Canyon City three.
Doing a nice job putting two inside, flashing high and low, keeping the zone tightened up and inside, opening that three up.
That three-point ball has really become a big part of Bryce Valley's game. Fabrizio with a 15-foot jumper, left elbow.
They're catching Matthews down and below and setting a high screen. As they go underneath the screen, that's where those jumpers are coming open. Got to tie his shoe right here. So as we continue to watch this defense of Tabby, as they were initially face guarding Matthews, it looks like they broke off into a 1-2-2 now.
Yeah, and that last time they'd flattened out into a 2-3. So Coach Fabrizio really throwing the
nice
gauntlet.
morphing. Yep, we like the morphing zones.
Double teaming down to Matthews. Pass just a little high out of her reach. Picked up by Mercedes Rhodes.
Help side came well from the back, able to gather that lob up.
Thomas inside, blocked by Matthews. Tebbs ties it up, and jump ball possession, Tabby.
They cut her off the junction against there, and that's where that comes open.
So do they say that possession? So this possession is going to be Tabby's. Even though it went through Shandy's hands, that should have been a Tabby ball first, right?
I don't know that possession was established, so yes, I would go with that. But apparently they gave Bryce Valley the initial possession and said it was stolen. Nice baseline out of bounds to dump that right in, and she came right over her left shoulder. Very, very nice right there.
Brinkerhoff pass a little high for Shandy Syrett to handle, and Rhodes comes out of there with it. She'll slow it down and handle it back to Cicely Fabrizio.
Just flashing up in the high post and a little hot. They rebalance out their 1-4. Looks like they're
working that they're starting a high-low screen to get the Thomas open. She gets the shot. Matthews with the rebound.
Much better job defending. The space wasn't there as it was last couple times down the floor.
Tabby really trying to overload one side and get that open look. Tebbs looks to Matthews. Oh. Syrett goes down, trying to get to the corner. Backside, nice movement from Brinkerhoff. Down to Matthews, won't go. Rebound Fabrizio.
Bryce Valley sealing that zone, and that's where she went down as they were sealing. There's a little bit of cross action coming across the baseline.
Fabrizio to Thomas in the corner, down low. They get it inside to Rhodes. Jumper from the foul line won't go. Put back up by Tabby, no. Loose ball blocked a little bit by Matthews, but she gets it up and in anyway.
Thomas has just been heavily involved in everything they're doing, whether it's an offensive rebound or sealing off and dropping down through.
Laney Bagley off the bench gets that bucket. No, she started.
Yeah.
Little
Matthews
jumper.
flashes the high post right there, and that's where she's able to get that catch for that jumper you called.
8-7 Tabby with a 1-point lead. 3:42 to go in the first. Got to remember I'm on radio and get that score in more often. on the Intermountain Garfield Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Right side, Mercedes Rhodes looking in. Hits Bagley, blocked by Matthews, then she gets the rebound.
Really nice defense, staying long and in the way.
She probably does that as well as any player I've ever seen in high school. She just stands straight up, and she's long enough that it works.
Absolutely. That's awesome when they can learn that so they don't get in foul trouble, because a lot of times those bigs get in trouble trying to block shots.
Shandy with a 5-second count on her, gets it to Brinkerhoff in the corner. Brinkerhoff, that's last touched by Brinkerhoff. Fabrizio hit it, and it went off Brinkerhoff.
Tabby using this zone, and any time that Matthews hits the low block, they're fronting and backing her. But Bryce Valley trying to seal to get out to the corner, and so far Tabby's been able to read it well and come out and defend it.
Brady Gates and Grace Leach into the game for Bryce Valley. Fabrizio up top, defended by Brady Gates. High screen's not there. Goes away from it. Ball loses the handle, picks it back up, gives it right side to Thomas. Thomas brings it back to the middle. And Teb's trying to just push her way through that screen. That's never going to make work. You got to go.
And I think she set it up well. Fabrizio did. She got set, and she's felt that pressure before. You see that earlier on she had felt that, so she went ahead and helped her get run over.
Absolutely. Inbounds to Fabrizio, 34 seconds on the clock. Ball loose, tipped by Brady Gates, and then tied up. Possession Bryce Valley on the jump ball.
Great job by Bryce Valley diving on that ball and sucking it up, and didn't have a pass, waited for that jump ball, and it helps that alternating possession circle back. So this one they were able to steal. Next time they'll try to get a half a possession from them.
Inbounds to Haven. There's Tabby, goes into a 1-2-1-1 full court trap. Cachet Tibbs back to Haven. Pass ahead, Grace Leach. Lob to Brady Gates, taken away.
Thomas played that extremely well. She bluffed and then sat back on that pass. That was great anticipation by Thomas.
2 minutes to go in the first. 8-7 Tabby. Been stuck on 8-7 for a minute or so now. 2 minutes. Strebel to Fabrizio, goes baseline. Cut off well by Brady Gates. Thomas, 18-footer left wing, won't go. Syrett with the box out on Mercedes Rhodes. Ball hits the ground. Syrett picks it up.
Excellent job there. Fundamental. Make sure no tabbies are going to get to the ball.
Tabs yo-yos out top. Left side, Grace Leach to Matthews.
They've worked on jumping that pass. They're watching when she comes high post. They are trying to poke it out.
They look into Matthews again. Nice help side, drops in on that. Matthews lob, tipped away, loose. Tabby comes out of there with it. That's Macy Rhodes. Fabrizio. Brady Gates, high screen. Switch on the screen, pass on the pick and roll, blocked by Matthews. Ball goes out of bounds. That's her third block, fourth, Ozzy.
She's done a great job walling up and staying in the way.
8-7, Tabby by 1. 1 minute to go in the first.
Work out of that 1-4 high.
Just cross screens across, a wide open, won't go. Matthews with the rebound. Shandy Syrett picks it, or gets it from Matthews and brings it across half court. Tabby in kind of that 1-2-2 still. Brinkerhoff to Leach to Shandy. Matthews on that high post. I was going to say a lot of contact. She got away with that the last time. Mercedes Rhodes coming hard behind Matthews, trying to get in that passing lane, gets called for the contact that time.
That's a big point of emphasis. They're not wanting that catch there at the high post.
In the corner to Matthews on the inbounds. Haven Syrett gives to Brinkerhoff, who sealed by Matthews. Three's long. Fabrizio picks up the rebound. Defended by Haven. 18-footer right wing is good for Taylor Thomas.
Great job getting the ball out in transition so they could get that open look. They'd been moving pretty slow. Bryce Valley had been able to slow them down really well the last several possessions.
10-7 through 14 seconds to go in the first. Shandy fakes, gives back Grace Leach, right wing three. Got it! Bryce Canyon City 3 for Grace Leach.
Love Shandy opening up off of that pitch. It wasn't truly a shovel or a handoff.
That's going to do it. We're all knotted up at 10s after 1. You are watching 1A State Championship basketball on Mid-Utah Sports Radio Network and 1aball.com.
Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we meant it now. All right.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boys.
This is State Championship basketball brought to you by SUU on Team Hive Live and KTTA 8.1. At the second quarter, we're all knotted up at 10s. Bryce Valley balls. They're going left to right across your radio dial or across your TV screen, however you're watching. Long two for Syrat, not there. She goes away from the rebound, chases it down. Matthews couldn't quite get that and tips it up. And
Tabby might have just watched a little bit.
Three in the corner, Grace Leach won't go. Shandy Syrat with the rebound, gives it back to Haven. 2 offensive rebounds for Bryce Valley. Inside to Holly Matthews, hits it to Shandy. She pulls up, 12-footer in the paint, rims in.
Excellent ball reversal, bringing it from the right side all the way to the left and then hitting the post. That stuck the zone over and then hitting the high post for that jumper.
So Tabby, Bryce Valley with a 2-point lead, 10-12. Baseline drive, scoop and score, Macy Rhodes.
Nice job using the baseline and able to just slip past Matthews one of the few times so far here in the first half.
Brinkerhoff, Kinley Brinkerhoff down in the corner to Leach. Brinkerhoff left wing, Syrat up top. Matthews takes the 3 right wing, long rebound left side off the glass, Macy Rhodes.
They're okay just to dribble into the middle and not worry about getting down the floor.
Mercedes Rose to Fabrizio. Back to Mercedes in the right corner. Screen. Roll is wide open. Bounce pass down low. Blocked by Matthews. Picked back up by Bagley. And that time there's going to be a foul.
They used that 1-4 high action, and it was a little bit of a clumped UCLA cut and then into the pick and roll. That pick and roll is what got her down on the blocks to be able to do that. The roll pass didn't happen, but because of the action, she was down there on that right block.
So they give that foul to Grace Leach. Worried they're going to give it to Holly, and that would have been Holly's first foul as well, but Holly's such a big part of Bryce Valley's defense in the middle. Hate to see her get in foul trouble. Fabrizio hands off to Rhodes. Fabrizio baseline fouled by Leach. Be a 2-shot foul. So Macy Rhodes will go to Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line.
Tabby being patient, working that ball around as it got to that left side. They saw an advantage, able to get in there and draw that foul.
Fabrizio. Oh, yeah, I said that wrong. I said Rhodes, but it's Fabrizio at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Rims off.
Tabby, they've shown us some pressure in the past. See if they, off a made free throw, if they want to go back to it. Looks like a little communication coming out of Fabrizio.
So Cache Tebbs checks in for Grace. Fabrizio's second one's good, puts Tabby up by 1.
And no pressure. They are going to come back, sit back in that 1-2-2 that they've been in most of the game.
Brinkerhoff in the corner. Shandy Syrat looks into Matthews. denying Brinkerhoff. We've got Fabrizio kind of face guarding Brinkerhoff on that right wing. Haven catches at the post, gives to Cachet. Back to Brinkerhoff, shoots it along three, rims over. Rebound pulled down by Mercedes Rhodes. She had Macy Rhodes out in front of her, but she slows it down, backs it out.
Yeah, they haven't been looking other than that one. Oh, there's your pick and roll.
Well executed. She threw that up before she was open.
Yeah, she knew where she was headed, and they set that on that left junction, and it was just spot on out of the 1-4 high. All the help's out and away, and like you called it, threw it up before she was there.
Yeah, there's no backside help on that because there's two high screeners. She can go either way and get a pick and roll on that. It's a well-designed play. Brinkerhoff, Haven Syret goes to the ground on the screen. Left side, Cachet Tebbs looking into Matthews. High screen, roll. Shandy takes the three, got it! Bryce Canyon City 3 to tie it back up at 15.
Got a little bit of help there on the wing and opened up enough space as the shot clock was working it down. She thought that was enough space to get it up, and it went in.
Fabrizio to Bagley at the high post. Bagley kicks it back out, fake by Rhodes, drive, scoop to Bagley. Fabrizio picks it up, steps back to the foul line, off the back iron, rebound Shandy Syret.
Bryce Valley doing a great job staying underneath there and getting enough pressure on the shooter to get that miss.
Brinkerhoff, yo-yos up top. Bryce Valley a high-low set. Cachet on the high. Brinkerhoff or Matthews on the low block. Tabby going through the screens hard. Brinkerhoff goes left, comes back right, kicks it out to Shandy. 11 seconds on the shot clock. 4 minutes to go in the first half. Haven, Syret, Shandy catches, shoot, right wing three, won't go. Rebound, Rhodes in the corner, left corner.
Bryce Valley working deep into the shot clock the last two possessions. That time shooting another three, this time from the right side.
Fabrizio bounce pass, kind of looking for a give and go. Bagley doesn't give her the ball in time, but she steps back around, gets it, and bounces it in from the foul line.
Lainey Bagley knowing what's going on as she makes that handoff. She turns and screens for her teammate to get that nice open shot.
It looked kind of like a broken play at first. Cachet Tebbs left corner, Brinkerhoff left wing. Haven Syret from the foul line, rims out. Tebbs with the rebound, ball pulled away from her. Shandy Syret. And a jump ball, possession Tabby.
Strebel doing an excellent job as Bryce Valley had taken care of business and got the ball down in there. Strebel came around and got both hands in, just sucked right up to it.
Grace Wiseman and Brady Gates into the game for Bryce Valley.
Taylor Thomas is going to come back in for Tabiona.
She comes in for Macy Rhodes. Bryce Valley extends a little pressure.
Going to go 2-3 now with that pressure.
Nice pass into Bagley, rims off. Brinkerhoff with the rebound.
Rolled her off the nail, but the help came and walled up really well to get her off balance.
So Matthews on the bench puts Gracie Wiseman at the high post. Brinkerhoff on the left wing. Brady Gates, three from the corner, rims off. Rebound, Strebel for Tabby. 2:37 to go in the first half, 17-15. Tabby with a 2-point lead. Strebel for three, off the back iron. Rebound Fabrizio.
Coach Fabrizio wants timeout.
You are watching 1A State Championship basketball on Utah Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Hey Mom, I'm going to Sydney.
Hello? What about the fridge?
This is state championship basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon Half Marathon on 1aball.com and KTTA 8.1.
Bryce Valley last possession went in a 2-3, I call it 2-3 rush. With that pressure up high, it looks like they'll go back into a man here.
So Let's do a little Fab Rats trivia real quick, folks. Email us at uhsslive@gmail.com. Give us the make or model of Paul's rock crawler from Fab Rats. Little dribble drive, right wing. Matthews with the rebound as shot comes off the bottom of the rim, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Hadley Henderson. So, go ahead.
Hadley putting that high ball pressure on, getting a little overexcited, kind of like one of the Spencer Brothers feed guys that I used to coach, old Colby Spencer.
That's right.
Go check out Spencer Brothers feed.
Bryce Valley ball, right wing, get it across half court. Shandy Syrett brings it across, brings it to the top of the key. Haven Syrett left wing. Multiple cutters. Matthews with the pick and rolls there. Might have got away with the travel, but and one as she keeps it high and puts it in.
This is fun action out of Bryce Valley. They go into their 5-out, and it's a cut, and then pick and roll. And so, as you see, they get the first 2 basket cuts, and then here comes Matthews, and what a beautiful time to set up that pick and roll.
Holly Matthews at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Dribbles twice. Shots on the way. Off the iron.
Appreciate Royal Express Transmission and all they do to support these games.
Fabrizio. Bryce Valley in that 1-3.
That's what it was looking like. They possibly went to a 1-3-1. I was trying to see.
Fabrizio with the rebound on 2 misses from Tabby.
Tabby's crashed the boards hard today.
Really doing a good job. And with Matthews and Shandy and Brinkerhoff, the way Bryce Valley rebounds, Tabby really does need to crash the boards. Cache Tebs strips the ball away on the backside, and then a reach-in foul is going to be on Miley Strebel.
Yep. As Cache heads out in transition, just using the dribble, Strebel wanted to poke that out, and Cache just headed too fast down.
They actually gave that to Hadley Henderson. I thought there was... But yeah, so Hadley Henderson.
That's an interesting. See if that ends up impacting, because Strebel was definitely the one up on the ball.
Brinkerhoff yo-yos up top. Tebs left side, looks into Matthews. Matthews face guarded by Thomas. Into Shandy in the paint. Back out Tebs for 3, won't go. Rebound Strebel.
Thomas gets the assist because she boxed out Holly so Strebel could get that board.
That'd be a good stat. Assists on the box out. Rebound assists. Baseline, Bagley. Matthews sags way off to plug up the middle. Kind of more as a shot blocker. Dribble left, shot. Altered definitely, maybe not blocked, but definitely altered by Matthews.
Both teams doing a great job jumping on that ball, getting another jump.
Bryce Valley ball on the jump ball.
Thomas down there, she gets up smiling. Now Tabby's going to put on that full court pressure.
Macy Rhodes and Hadley Henderson back in for Tabby.
They're not going to have anybody on the ball. They're not denying. They're pushing down into the corners. No trap.
To Matthews. To Brinkerhoff. Tebs. 24 seconds to go in the first half. 17-17. Tebs resets. Haven Syrett right wing. Bryce Valley with a double low. Single high. One on each wing and on the guards. They reset. Shandy looks at the 3. Tebs has it knocked away by Shandy. Picks it up. Dribbles once. Shot won't go. Rebound Tabby. Half a second, that's going to do it. So all knotted up at 17 after 2 quarters of play. You are watching 1A State Championship basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese in Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese. Celebrating 80 years of service, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders are proud to sponsor 1A basketball, providing quality concrete to Garfield, Kane, Wayne, and Paiute counties. The mutters at Garfield Ready Mix are the best of the best.
Welcome out to the Southern Utah University halftime report. come soar with us at SUU.edu as you're watching the Bryce Valley cheerleaders for your halftime entertainment at the half. Dustin, we've had a great game. 17-17, all knotted up. If I remember right, it was knotted up at 10s after one.
Yeah, it's been a great ball game. Both teams countering, good physical game, and their execution's been great. Both teams changing a couple things. We just saw one possession of zone out of Bryce Valley, but 1-2-2 zone in the half court all day long from Tabby, and then they've shown a little pressure in between there.
Absolutely. A couple stats from Austin here. Tabiona out-rebounding Bryce Valley 15-10 on the boards. That's big. That's what Tabby's not giving Bryce Valley second chance opportunities. Three-pointers 0 for 1 for Tabby. 3 of 9, 33%. You'll take that all day long. You get 33% from the three-point land. Tabby 8 of 19 from 2-point and 4 of 8 for Bryce Valley.
Bryce Valley's offense is really efficient.
Yeah.
It's just Tabby's done such a good job holding them to one shot that they're not getting as many shot attempts as has Tabby.
And but if you combine the threes and the twos, one difference. You've got 20 field goal attempts by Tabby and 17 from Bryce Valley. So not that much difference.
No, three difference, but three's a big difference in a tie ball game.
Absolutely. Yes, you're absolutely right on that.
A lot of possessions on that piece there. And then and then we've got 5 and 2 turnovers. So we've got 5 turnovers by Bryce Valley and just 2 by Tabby. So
Really
Tabby has
clean
gained
game.
themselves a couple extra possessions there by their rebounding and taking care of the ball.
Absolutely. This has been your Southern Utah University halftime report. Come and soar with us at SUU, SUU.edu. We'll be back for second half action after this.
A small but growing crude oil trucking company. They are currently hiring drivers in the Moab, Uinta Basin, Craig, Rangeley, and Grand Junction, Colorado areas, as well as Rawlings, Wyoming. Go Tigers!
JCI Billing in Tropic, Utah, Utah's premier billing service for EMS. New owners Holly and Brandon Baugh and their staff want to wish the Mustangs success.
From dents to scratches, auto service, paint, and detailing, give Joe a call today for any of your auto body needs. Joe Dalton Auto Body in Circleville, 435-577-2442. Wishing Region 20 team success. JT Steel is a custom steel fabricator. It all began with a $2,000 job in 1983, from large projects like the BYU baseball stadium to a customer that needs an angle with a couple holes. Owner and Garfield County Commissioner Jerry Taylor wishes all teams success.
Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting good needs. Legacy Ace Hardware, proudly supporting Utah High School athletics.
Do you like car shows? Well, let's supersize it, as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Panguitch Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Panguitch Main Street from 8 to 10:30. Saturday, the show will be at the Panguitch City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75. We support all the truck drivers that make our communities better. We wish all teams success.
Panguitch Drug Store on Main Street in Panguitch has provided pharmacy services for over 100 years and 4 generations. Refill your prescriptions online at drugstorewest.com or give them a call at 435-676-2212.
Precise Tax and Accounting located in Cedar City. They are a full-service CPA firm focusing on small business and individual tax preparation and planning. They also offer services in bookkeeping, payroll processing, business consulting, and business structuring.
Who knows what today's number is?
9.
Bingo! Studies show that kids start making up their minds about alcohol as early as 9.
9.
Brought to you by the Panguitch, Bryce Valley, and Escalante Prevention Coalitions.
Rocky Mountain Fencing, located in Panguitch, has been serving southern Utah for over 20 years. Owner Marquet Engelstead is a proud supporter of Region 20. Give Marquet a call today, 435-463-1659.
Imagine a cool winter sunrise with the sound of skates gliding across smooth ice, adding to the soundtrack of winter in Bryce. with the unveiling of the Bryce Canyon Ice Ribbon. The Ice Ribbon offers a meandering path with music echoing through the pines. Ruby's Inn provides crowd-pleasing activities that include ice skating, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing, with equipment rentals on site. Book now at rubysin.com. Buying or refinancing a home, did you know you can request your own title company? Keep business local and request security title for all your title, closing, and escrow needs. Travis and Hillary wish all team success in the postseason tournaments.
Hey, we're at the half from the Sevier Valley Center. We're all knotted up at 17-17 Bryce Valley, Tabiona, 3:17 to go at the halftime. We'll be back for second half action after this, 3 minutes away.
Stage Stop Station has all of your traveling needs. Stop by our Route 12 grill for a homemade burger and fries, or for fresh south-of-the-border Mexican cuisine.
The Alton Coal Development is located in Alton, Utah. The development employs 32 people at the extraction site, and another 30 are employed driving trucks. Alton Coal reclaims the land by restoring habitat for sage grouse and cattle. Alton Coal.
Here's a call out to all experienced CDLA drivers. Barney Trucking wants you to join their team. They pride themselves on what they have to offer. For more info, call their recruiting office at 866-443-1160 or visit www.driveforbarney.com.
Bryce Canyon National Park. Seeing it in person is nothing short of magical. And this year, as we celebrate Bryce's 100th anniversary as a protected national treasure, there's no better time to take in some of that magic. There'll be concerts, festivals, and other events throughout the year. So start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration. For more information, visit brycecanyon.org.
Blackburn Propane is a family-owned company. We've been in business for 31 years. Full-service propane company servicing all of central and southern Utah and parts of Nevada and Arizona. We don't just service one, we service all.
Bryce Canyon City is your destination for adventure. Cruise the miles of scenic trails on e-bikes, ATVs, horses, mountain bikes, or on foot. Let us take your breath away with a stunning array of winter activities, the rodeo, shopping for memorable souvenirs, world-class stargazing, and of course, the majestic Bryce Canyon National Park. Make Bryce Canyon City your next stop for an unforgettable adventure. All the amenities the city can provide. Visit brycecanyoncityut.gov.
Bryce Canyon Inn and Pizza with new, comfortable, clean rooms and the best pizza around. McLean and Marilee Meekum and Tyson and Casey Brinkerhoff want to invite you to come and stay and enjoy a home-cooked meal.
Oscar and Christine Ward with Bryce Canyon Scenic Tours and Shuttle Service, offering tours, bike rentals, and transportation throughout the Bryce Canyon country area, are proud to support the Bryce Valley Mustangs.
Danny, Wendy, Waylon, and Cammie Brinkerhoff invite you to come relax and enjoy life at a slower pace. Surround yourself with some of nature's most breathtaking scenery on their quiet farm surrounded by Bryce Canyon National Park and the Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument.
The Bryce Canyon Half Marathon course takes you through the iconic red rock that is abundant throughout Bryce Canyon country. Also enjoy the 5K or Color Me Fun run. Register today at brycecanyonhalfmarathon.com. Race scheduled for July 15th.
This is state championship. Oh, my word, Dustin. This is state championship basketball brought to you by Dr. Rob Barrick Dental on KSLSports.com. At the half, Tabiona ball. They're in their home whites. Bryce Valley in the road greens. Tabby going left to right across your screen. 17-17.
It's going to be a fun second half. Bryce Valley comes out in a man defense. A fake handoff at the junction there.
Kicks it back out to Bagley. Fabrizio to Thomas. Pulls up a little 12-footer short.
Guarded extremely well by Cache Tebbs right there. Just took all of her space. She expected to come off of that screen with a little bit of space. No space. Shot it anyway. So Tabiona is going to come down there. Going to change the defense for a second right here.
More of a 1-3-1 looking action from Tabiona's. Bryce Valley 3 out. Shandy working the baseline. High post to Matthews, to Brinkerhoff up top. Tebbs catches, shoots 3, left wing. Got a Bryce Canyon City three-pointer.
Bryce Valley took that zone and lifted it all the way up and just played out of that 1-4 high. By doing that, that made the zone create some different spaces because they were wanting to stay home.
In the left corner, Strebel. She'll take a 3 of her own off the back iron. Haven Syrett with the rebound for Bryce Valley. She slows it down at half court and resets the Mustang offense.
Nice job by Bryce Valley to be able to keep Tabby out and make him shoot a 3.
In the corner, Cache Tebbs looks. Bounce pass to Haven at the high post. She splits one, kicks it out. Shandy for 3 on the right wing. That one rims off. Rebound left side. Laney Bagley.
Tabby going back into the regular 1-2-2 that possession.
Right side, Fabrizio. Nice pass down to Bagley. Gets it up and in. Bagley cutting back door. 30-second timeout. You're watching 1A State Championship basketball on Utah, Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Tired of waiting and wanting to ride? We invite you to Bryce Canyon Mule Days 2023. Join us April 30th through May 6th in Tropic, Utah. There will be guided mule rides, vendors, food and fun, arena events, a Friday night concert featuring Gren Hill and Andy Nelson, and the premier Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on Saturday, May 6th. Learn more at BryceCanyonMuleDays.com, and we will see you there. Bryce Canyon Subway wants to thank the Region 20 teams for their business this past season. If you're looking for a great summer job with competitive wages and flexible hours, call Cherisher Lucene at 435-834-5888. Cannonville, Utah, located in the heart of Keller Country from Bryce Canyon National Park to Grosvenor's Arch, there is more beauty to see than you can fit into one trip. Cannonville, your adventure headquarters. Go Mustangs!
Off the timeout, Bryce Valley ball. Cache Tebbs open 3, left corner, won't go. Haven Syrett tries to chase down the ball on the right baseline, out of bounds.
Bryce Valley coming out of half, shooting all 3s. The Tabby zone sucked in, and they're okay shooting those 3s the way it looks. That last time around, Fabrizio, I love she took an extra dribble to get that pick and roll further open. See if they go back to that.
High screen, almost drug that pivot foot as Fabrizio needs help. She gives it to Rhodes. Mercedes Rhodes keeps going right, won't go. Rebound Rhodes, brings it back out, resets. Fabrizio long 2.
And they called a 3. They got the kick out. A lot of times on those offensive rebounds, really nice time, and they got Bryce Valley down inside a little bit, got that kick out 3.
So Fabrizio with a Bryce Canyon City 3 puts Tabby up by 2, 22-20. Fabrizio hedges that screen, comes back out. The ball back out to Haven Syrett. Bryce Valley with a double high.
1-4 high. They came into a cut, and then pick and roll like they do in their 5-out, but this time it was out of 1-4 high, but then they got stuck. I don't know if that's a new piece of action that they haven't used there, and then they reset and went back to the 1-4 high again.
Brinkerhoff, the Bryce Valley set on the 4 corners, on the 4 blocks. Screens across, bounce pass into Haven, shot up, she's fouled.
Watching Tabiona there, they stayed in 1-2-2, and they didn't, on baseline out of bounds, they didn't bring the point of it all the way down. They only brought her to the nail. So I was curious to see if Bryce Valley would be able to identify and take advantage of that, and they do as they bring, is that Haven you said there?
Yeah.
As they brought Haven down to the block, she had plenty of space to size up and come into her defender to get that catch. Nice job identifying by the Mustangs to get the ball down in. They didn't pick her up and push her out.
1 of 2 from the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. And the corner 3, good. Bryce Canyon City 3 for Miley Strebel.
Bryce Valley switches to a 2-3 right there, and the wing comes out hard, trying to anticipate and steal it there, leaving the wing on the offense wide open.
We still need FabRat's trivia answer to what is Paul's Rock Crawler, make or model. Brinkerhoff, left corner 3, rims out. Shandy with the rebound for Bryce Valley.
Nice job chasing that one down after she sealed the zone in for that 3. Had the diagonal screen. Haven came open down on the offside block, not able to see it, so the ball goes out of bounds as it was just a touch late, and Tabby got a hand on it. And Tabby's going to stay. They're flattening out their defense a little better there.
Tabs in the right corner, dribbles into the paint. Bounce pass back out to Brinkerhoff on the right wing. She'll bring it back up top, reset. 15 seconds on the shot clock, 4 minutes to go in the third. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Haven looks for a screen from Shandy. Pass tipped away, 5 seconds. Brinkerhoff, long 3, rims off. Holly Matthews with the putback.
Not very often Holly's been able to see breathing room when the ball goes up. This time, because of the shot clock, able to get that putback.
1aball.com.
Trail riding is a family-owned business providing a unique experience on the back of a horse or sure-footed mule. To see the spectacular scenery of Bryce Sign and Grand Canyon North Rim National Parks. To make reservations, please visit our website, canyonrides.com.
Chisel's Ranch Sorting. This sport started many years ago sorting the cows and the calves, just doing ranch work. We've turned that into a professional timed sporting event. We provide a friendly, welcoming atmosphere where all are welcome. Rookie or pro, come and learn and improve your skills. Clark's Country Market and Rustler's Restaurant on Main Street in Tropic, your hometown grocer. Rustler's offers a wide variety of entrees, and Kindy's Sweet Shop will satisfy that sweet tooth. Dallas and Emily Clark wish the Bryce Valley Mustangs success.
We have a winner, Dustin, on the FabRats trivia. It is Trevor Garlick, and it is Paul's Rock Crawler is a Toyota FJ. So if he had both those, so he gets bonus points and a free shirt.
It's fun to watch him build that FJ.
Blocked by Matthews out of bounds.
That comes from the help side there on Thomas.
She comes across. Most of the time she doesn't swap, but that time she put it out with authority.
Yeah, she was ready a little there. Tabby out of this box set.
Looking to inset, inbounds past Strebel. Double teamed and blocked by Matthews. There's going to be a foul, I believe, on the backside as Fabrizio goes up strong.
They use the box set to hollow off the off-ball side, so they shift everybody over to ball side, and then they brought Fabrizio down off that off ball. Bryce Valley had scouted it well. They defended it, but she just comes the ball just a little bit hard, able to get that catch, and then that put Bryce Valley in a tough spot to defend her.
Fabrizio, a great free throw shooter, misses that one, though.
Macy Rhodes checks back in the game for Strebel.
10 points in the game for Cicely Fabrizio.
Take a look. Bryce Valley put some little bit of token pressure last time defensively down, changing things up a little bit.
26-23, 3-point lead for Tabiona. 3:25 to go in the third period. Bryce Valley going right to left across your screen. Pass. Haven just thought.
Guarded that pick and roll extremely well.
Yeah, Matthews couldn't get where she was supposed to go, and the anticipation wasn't.
Yeah, they jammed Matthews up. They saw her coming down through, jammed her up well.
Fabrizio fakes, comes back left to right across the top of the paint. Needs help. Backdoor cut by Rhodes. Kicks it back out for 3. Fabrizio from a Bryce Canyon City 3-point line.
Like what Fabrizio did. She made a living there in the 15-foot mark in the first half. This time, Bryce Valley guarded it really well. As the ball went lower, she flared out just outside the 3-point line.
Shandy Syra down low to Matthews. She kicks it across. Teb's shot rattles around and out.
And this Tabiona defense just keeping the Mustangs out of the paint.
29-23 Tabby. 2:30 to go in the third. Another block by Matthews. Coach Fabrizio wanting the foul on that, and she goes to the ground, but I don't know that there's a lot of contact there, Dustin.
An excellent job walling up, got her hand square on the ball. If anything, you call a jump ball, but really nice job stepping in from the backside and getting that block.
I think that's 6 blocks in the game, 5 or 6 for Matthews.
They love that offside action. They drug out on a side elevator, drug her out to the corner. That shifts all the focus there on the strong side. And then they slip her on that backside, and that's what allows her to get the catch. And Mercedes Rhodes is headed for an and one. Great baseline out of bounds. They set up different actions to be able to get to that offside and see what they can take advantage of.
And she makes 3 points the old-fashioned way. Henderson in. Tabby jumps out into a 1-2-2 full-court press.
Still not denying the ball, just pushing to corners, and there's the trap. But they're not trapping the corner there.
And they're going to get a foul on Matthews. That's such an advantage for Bryce. When I first started seeing them get pressure, they had a hard time getting the ball to Matthews in the middle. But she's so tall and long, if she can catch that, she's going to beat your press.
Able to turn and pass over the top of it. Yeah, great way to use the big to help break the press down.
Ooh, Haven got away with the double dribble as she, there's a little contact there. And
Tabby had come out in a little token pressure.
Brinkerhoff looks right wing into Matthews at the high post. Takes a little jumper off the back iron. Shandy Syrett with the rebound.
Shandy doing a good job staying in just long enough to get that. She had been boxed out by Mercedes all the way to the ball.
Grace Leach give and go to the corner and a blocking foul as Shandy goes in and is, there's a lot of contact between her and Mercedes Rose on the replay.
One of those bang-bangs. Hard. The officials has got to do their best with what they've got. Came up with the block. Going to have another box set out of Bryce Valley as Tabiona stays in that 1-2-2 on baseline out of bounds.
Inbounds to Matthews in the right corner. To Haven right wing. Back to Brinkerhoff. Passes, that pass has got to be on the mark. Matthews is asking for it in front of her face. You got to give it to her in front of her face.
She's put the defender where it needs to be, and she sat on that repost on that baseline out of bounds and had the position. They saw that right. They ran for the corner 3 in the repost. The repost was the right option.
Haven defended. Fabrizio goes down, recovers down low, blocked by Matthews, and she gets the rebound.
So nice having her in there. She's able to change that shot as Tabby had done an excellent job creating enough space for that shot. Matthews doing a good job.
Shandy dribbles to the right corner. 32-23, 9-point lead for Tabby. 1 minute to go in the third period. Grace Leach in the paint, kicks it back out. Shandy Syrett for 3. Bryce Canyon City 3 for Shandy Syrett. Coach Brinkerhoff calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Denny Orton at Coldwell Banker Realty is pleased to support all the teams in this year's tournament. Denny has done his best to accommodate both buyers and sellers in our rural area. Top listings and personalized service is what you get with Denny Orton at Coldwell Banker Realty in Penguin. The Cowboys Smokehouse Cafe began in 1993 as a true Texas-style barbecue joint. Over the years, it has evolved into the full-service establishment that it is today. The restaurant is owned by the Perkins and Magoon family. We invite you to the tastiest barbecue around.
Hey, this is Dr. Rob Barrett, the smile artist located here in Cedar City. If you've ever wanted a new smile, but something's been holding you back, I'd love to spend a minute with you and just answer your questions. If you go to my website, you can set up a free 15-minute video phone call with me where we can just talk about it. The next step is also free. You'd come in and we'd actually design your smile together right there in the chair, print it out, and have you snap it in and give it a test run before doing the actual veneers. To check out my smile portfolio, visit drrobdental.com.
Fab Rats is an entertaining YouTube channel based in beautiful southern Utah. Paul, Michelle, and the crew showcase major and minor fabrication builds, off-road adventures, family fun, and much more. Check them out on YouTube and subscribe today.
Just like we meant it now.
This state championship basketball brought to you by the Bryce Canyon Association on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Dustin, did you know that on June 8th, Bryce Canyon National Park turns 100 years old?
I believe I've heard a little bit about it, but it's good stuff.
You're going to get a foul on the dribble drive penetration. I think that's going to go to Shandy, her second, because Matthews had the clean block, it looked like. But
yeah. Bryce Valley came out of that timeout in a man full court pressure. Tabiona used a couple screens to get the ball inbounds and then kicked it up to her, just using the dribble to go all the way in there and draw that foul.
Mercedes Rhodes at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line misses the first. I was going to tell you, though, Dustin, on June 8th, there are tons of activities the Bryce Canyon Association is hosting. One of those is the piano guys in concert in Bryce Canyon on the rim.
Sounds like
spectacular.
Party. Something for them to go for.
So look it up on their website, BryceCanyonAssociation.com.
And Tabby's going to return in kind with a little full court pressure of their own. Again, they haven't trapped out of this, but they put a lot of ball pressure on and try to sag back and get air passes.
Coach Brinkerhoff calls timeout because it was at the 10 seconds. We'll take one as well. 1A State Championship basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
The Gifts from Grady Foundation Charity Poker Run will be held April 22nd. For registration rules and regulations, go to giftsfromgrady.com. Raising awareness about organ donation, one tiny donor at a time, in honor of Grady Boys.
This is State Championship basketball brought to you by Windy Mesa Studio on Team Hive Live and KTTA 8.1. Windy Mesa Studio in Panguitch for any of your printing needs. From framed art to the canvas wrapped art. Oh, that's frustrating for Coach Brinkerhoff. He calls the timeout to save the possession. Bryce Valley inbounds. They bounce past Danielle Brinkerhoff. Holy smokes. Kinley Brinkerhoff bounce pass through the legs and out of bounds of her teammate, and a turnover for Bryce Valley. That's costly.
That's where Tabby wanted out of that pressure, see if they could get him rattled enough, and got her done.
Mercedes Rhodes on the inbounds for the Tigers.
Bryce
hesitates.
Full court pressure man.
Blocked and fouled, so and one. As Matthews gets a little bit of the ball, but Taylor Thomas goes up strong enough to get it to go, and one.
Just excellent job of pushing past that pressure and getting down in there to where they could get that. They draw the help from that left side. Able to get that dump pass.
So 35-26, opportunity to extend that lead to 10, which will be the largest lead of the game for the Tigers.
Appreciate everything Snow College does to help us provide these broadcasts.
Shandy tips it. Rhodes chases it down. Across the paint. Little jumper. And a foul.
That ball moved extremely well. Bounced up. Everybody just thought they had enough look, but Bryce Valley closing well on them that last time.
You know, an interesting thing, Dustin. You'd think, well, now this is like the first year, really, maybe it's the second, that we've had 3 officials on all varsity games. They used to call a lot of 3 seconds. You never see a 3-second call anymore. As Tabby inbounds the ball and it's tied up immediately, Bryce Valley all over the pass. They go inbounds to Taylor Thomas on the low block, and Bryce Valley ties it up. But you'd think with that extra official, they would see that call more often.
Yeah, they don't look for it much with 10 seconds left to go here. See how Bryce Valley can get down the floor against this pressure. A lot of ball pressure.
Haven goes up the right sideline. And no go after 3. 35-26. Tabby, 9-point lead. This is 1A State Championship basketball on 1aball.com and Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Hey Mom, I'm going to Sydney.
Hello? What about the fridge?
Love cheese? We do too. Come join our team with a generous benefit package and starting wages over $18 an hour. Are you ready to be an employee owner? Great Lakes Cheese in Fillmore is ready for you. Grow with the largest natural cheese packer in the nation. Full-time positions available for every shift. Apply online at GreatLakesCheese.com. Again, that's GreatLakesCheese.com. Wishing all athletes good luck in the tournaments and eat more cheese. Celebrating 80 years of service, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders are proud to sponsor 1A basketball, providing quality concrete to Garfield, Kane, Wayne, and Paiute counties. The mutters at Garfield Ready Mix are the best of the best.
This state championship basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon Mule Days, Chrome in the Canyon Mule Sale on 1aball.com, and KTTA 8.1 Team Hive Live. Appreciate everybody helping us simulcast this game. Left side, Mercedes Rhodes. Miley Strebel looks at three. Rhodes takes it and gets it. Bryce Canyon City 3. Mercedes Rhodes
just slipped it down enough to shift.
12-point lead for Tabby.
Tabiona's zone defense has just been devastating for the Mustangs. They've kept them. They've shot 5 threes and they've shot 5 inside shots. There's another three.
Brinkerhoff for 3 won't go, and a rebound foul on Tebbs as Mercedes Rhodes has it in there, and Tebbs reaches in and fouls her.
Bryce Valley's going to adjust the type of pressure they put on here.
So in that third quarter, is all knotted up at 17. Tabiona outscored Bryce Valley 18-9 in that third period.
Just their defensive pressure hurt on the press, and then also they just kept him out as Bryce Valley shifts into a 1-3-1 half-court trap, and it takes the 10 seconds, but Coach Fabrizio watches the clock and says, nope, I'm going to call a timeout.
Absolutely. We'll take one as well. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Small but growing crude oil trucking company. They are currently hiring drivers in the Moab, Uinta Basin, Craig, Rangeley, and Grand Junction, Colorado areas, as well as Rawlings, Wyoming. Go Tigers!
JCI Billing in Tropic, Utah, Utah's premier billing service for EMS. New owners Holly and Brandon Baugh and their staff want to wish the Mustangs success.
From dents to scratches, auto service, paint, and detailing, give Joe a call today for any of your auto body needs. Joe Dalton Auto Body in Circleville, 435-577-2442. Wishing Region 20 team success. JT Steel is a custom steel fabricator. It all began with a $2,000 job in 1983, from large projects like the BYU baseball stadium to a customer that needs an angle with a couple holes. Owner and Garfield County Commissioner Jerry Taylor wishes all teams success.
This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by Fab Rats, family-friendly YouTube. Check them out on YouTube.
Both coaches using the different presses to almost get 10-second calls and make the other coach burn a timeout as Bryce Valley comes now into a man.
Tabiona inbounds to Fabrizio. She gives it right top, side top, then left to Thomas. Thomas to Rhodes for 3. Right wing won't go. Matthews with the rebound.
Bryce Valley doing a good job not letting any empty space there on that possession and then closing out with a one and done.
Matthews in the corner. Brinkerhoff takes the 3. That one's short. Rebound out of bounds off Matthews.
Bryce Valley almost getting that offensive rebound. They're just on the verge of getting a couple of those as Tabiona's boxing out's been really, really good, but they are getting a chance here.
Macy Rhodes checks in for Tabiona.
Bryce Valley's going to put some full court pressure on. Be a man. The denying Fabrizio.
Bryce Valley with 16 fouls, Tabby with 4, so the next foul will put Tabby into the bonus. Dribble drive by Rhodes, cut off by Bryce Valley. High screen for Mercedes Rhodes. She gives back to Macy Rhodes. Ball on the floor, loose, tied up. Possession, Bryce Valley on the jump ball.
You like how Tabiona broke that press. They got the ball into Mercedes' hands as she's being guarded by Matthews. Matthews doing her part, getting back and protecting the basket like she does. So good call by Coach Fabrizio to get her have her bring the ball up the floor.
Bryce Valley trails 38-26. In the corner, Shandy Syrett down low post to Matthews. Matthews turns and is wide open. Fabrizio's injured on the play.
She's got herself a cover. She got tagged, I think, right there in the
Brinkerhoff
rims.
dribble drive, kicks it to Shandy, right wing, three, rims off. Matthews tips it. Cache Tebbs chases it down in the left sideline. Bryce Valley resets, 5:50 to go, trailing by 12. 2-3 zone for Tabby. Left corner, Haven Siret to Brinkerhoff, back to Tebbs. Three on the way, left wing, won't go. Rebound Tabby. Mercedes Rhodes with a big rebound.
She has been tough inside there, done an excellent job. Tabby's zone defense again, forced another deep shot from Bryce Valley.
Fabrizio yo-yos, pulls up from three on the right wing. That's out of bounds.
She kind of recognizes, came around there. A lot of times we talked about she got the wind knocked out of her early in the possession, last defensive possession. So came off of that and let it fly. She's going to go sit down for just a minute, try to get her wits about her.
These games being brought to you by Spencer Brother Feed, Southern Utah Vision Care, Snow College, Royal Express Transmission, and Camping World in St. George. Bryce Valley ball, 5 minutes to go in the game. Kinley Brinkerhoff lobs it inside to Haven Siret, and she's fouled. That'll be the fifth team foul on Tabby.
They lift everybody up and out, and as they do that, then she's able to slip back on that backside. So as Holly Matthews flashes ball side, that leaves the underneath there for that pass. Nice little design by Coach Brinkerhoff and executed well by the Mustangs.
That's Taylor Thomas's third foul. That's 15. Brinkerhoff inbounds. Looking into Haven Siret, ball knocked away, and they're calling a reaching foul there on Macy Rhodes.
Jump in, trying to deny that pass. Good job by keep coming to the ball to be able to draw that.
And that's one, if she reaches out with her left hand, she probably doesn't get called, but when she comes in across with the right, it causes some more contact and gets called for that. Brinkerhoff looks in, gives it to Cache Tebbs, drives the paint, little scoop off with the left hand, won't go. Rebound, Millie Strebel. Tabiona yo-yos up top.
Coach Fabrizio getting the floor stretched out of that high pick and roll for a pick and pop.
Tebbs dives in, takes the ball away, tied up.
Great ball pressure by Bryce Valley. Take that away as the screen wasn't real great from Tabby. They're able to move through it and keep that ball pressure on. The pop was there, but the ball pressure discouraged the ability to hit it. Fabrizio's going to get back in the game. Got that three on the ball side through the little elevator there for Fabrizio.
She brings it across, left to right, across top of the key. Rhodes gets behind the defense. Matthews saves it by blocking that off the glass.
So nice having her in the paint there. She's able to do a lot of changing of shots.
Kinley Brinkerhoff dribbles to the corner, looks the high post to Matthews, gives it to Haven. Tebbs steps up for the three, and Fabrizio with the step for that three recovers in time. Kinley Brinkerhoff banks in the three.
Good ball movement. This change of offense by Bryce Valley's made Tabby have to match up a lot more and not sit in the complete zone.
And one on the other end.
And they've been working for that for a long time. They've been trying to spread Bryce Valley out and away and take advantage of a couple of those pick and rolls, and they finally were able to get it done.
That's Shandy's fourth foul. That puts Bagley at the Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line. Opportunity to take that back out to a 12-point lead. 3:48 to go in the game. 41-29.
Bryce Valley now come back down. See if they can get something inside.
Kinley Brinkerhoff looks to Haven, right wing, gives to her. Brinkerhoff in the corner. And a foul. Bagley kind of bumps Shandy as she gets that inlet pass.
Appeared they were looking close, trying to see what they could do as Bryce Valley runs a lot of that. They ran that a lot in the first half, is where they would cut seal the zone and pop corner, and then the sealer opens up to get that dump pass in. As they work to get that dump pass in, the defender just put a little forearm in and back and decided that was enough. The official did. Send her to the free throw line.
At the Legacy Hardware free throw, Legacy Ace Hardware free throw line, Shandy misses that one. The defense of Tabby this second half has really just taken Bryce Valley out of the flow, out of their rhythm.
Yeah, they've just never had any of that.
And Coach Fabrizio will call a timeout. You are watching 1A State Championship Basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Bryce Canyon National Park. Seeing it in person is nothing short of magical. And this year, as we celebrate Bryce's 100th anniversary as a protected national treasure, there's no better time to take in some of that magic. There'll be concerts, festivals, and other events throughout the year. So start making plans now to join us for this once-in-a-lifetime celebration. For more information, visit brycecanyon.org.
Humboldt is a small but growing crude oil trucking company. They are currently hiring drivers in the Moab, Uinta Basin, Craig, Rangeley, and Grand Junction, Colorado areas, as well as Rawlins, Wyoming. Go Tigers!
JCI Billing in Tropic, Utah, Utah's premier billing service for EMS. New owners Holly and Brandon Baugh and their staff want to wish the Mustangs success.
From dents to scratches, auto service, paint, and detailing, give Joe a call today for any of your auto body needs. Joe Dalton Auto Body in Circleville, 435-577-2442. Wishing Region 20 team success. This is State Championship Basketball brought to you by Bryce Canyon City on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Off the timeout is Tabby ball, 31 seconds to go on the shot clock, 3:12 to go in the game. 41-29, Fabrizio, little 10-foot jumper won't go, but the putback will. Mercedes Rhodes.
Love her game. She understands how to come to that ball whenever it comes off the rim, whether it's on offense or defensive side. Bryce Valley working their man defense, and Tabby was able to convert off that offensive rebound.
Mercedes Rhodes with 11 second-half points, leading the Tigers in this second half. Lob into Matthews, too hard from Haven.
Bryce Valley goes into their man offense where they like to send that cutter to the backside and throw up over the top, but Tabby communicating extremely well in that zone.
Gates defending well against Fabrizio, taken away and fouled. Haven steps in front of the pass, and she gets fouled as she takes the ball to the basket. Mercedes Rhodes.
Bryce Valley jumps up into that man denial. Looked like this full man. They denied. You couldn't ask for anything else other than that to go in for an and one rather than 2 free throws. Got the clock stopped, able to have an opportunity to score a couple points.
Bryce Valley trails by 13, 43-30.
Bring Lady Bagley back in the game here.
Haven Siret.
Oh, Macy Rhodes, I'm sorry.
Her second point of the game. She's 2 of 3 from the foul line.
Macy Rhodes checks in for Laney Bagley. That's what I meant. This allows Bryce Valley to get back up in, but Coach Brinkerhoff would like a timeout. We're at a timeout for Bryce Valley.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. We'll be back after this.
JP Steel is a custom steel fabricator. It all began with a $2,000 job in 1983, from large projects like the BYU baseball stadium to a customer that needs an angle with a couple holes. Owner and Garfield County Commissioner Jerry Taylor wishes all teams success.
Legacy Ace Hardware and Sporting Goods, 159 North Main in Panguitch. Come in and visit us for all your hardware and sporting good needs. Legacy Ace Hardware, proudly supporting Utah High School athletics.
You like car shows? Well, let's supersize it, as trucks from all over come for you to enjoy at the Panguitch Truck Show. It's a family fun event on the 4th of July weekend. Friday night is the light show on Panguitch Main Street from 8 to 10:30. Saturday, the show will be at the Panguitch City Park from 10 to 4. Truck registration is $75.
We support all the truck drivers that make our communities better. We wish all teams success.
This is state championship basketball brought to you by Great Lakes Cheese on TeamHive.live.
Tabby brings 3 across the top, and Bryce Valley not able to match up to it in their press, and so they just inbound it easily.
Macy Rhodes gives to Fabrizio. She dribbles right corner, back top, up top. Rhodes dribble, drive, scoop, and score with the left hand. Macy Rhodes.
Got that ball reversal. As the ball reversed, nobody picked her up. Able to go straight down the lane.
In the corner, Cache Tebbs, defender falls away, and Tebbs buries the Bryce Canyon City 3.
They will bring that back to an 11-point game. Bryce Valley put a little pressure on, but they're able to throw up over the top. Tabby is.
Back up to Rhodes on the high post. She fakes back, has a beautiful hesitation dribble, draws Cache out, and then goes past her. Timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Penguich Drugstore on Main Street in Penguich has provided pharmacy services for over 100 years and 4 generations. Refill your prescriptions online at drugstorewest.com or give them a call at 435-676-2212.
Precise Tax and Accounting located in Cedar City. They are a full-service CPA firm focusing on small business and individual tax preparation and planning. They also offer services in bookkeeping, payroll processing, business consulting, and business structuring.
Who knows what today's number is?
9.
Bingo! Studies show that kids start making up their minds about alcohol as early as 9.
9.
Brought to you by the Penguich, Bryce Valley, and Escalante Prevention Coalitions.
Rocky Mountain Fencing, located in Penguich, has been serving southern Utah for over 20 years. Owner Marquet Engelstead is a proud supporter of Region 20. Give Marquet a call today, 435-463-1659.
This is state championship basketball brought to you by Larry H. Miller, Utah Summer Games on 1aball.com.
Fabrizio lifts off the top of that zone. Just put a little token pressure and make sure she picks the ball up.
That's a tough pass. Gets through to Brinkerhoff. Haven, long pass cross. Shandy Sire left wing 3, won't go. Rebound, Fabrizio knocked away and fouled. Grace Leach going for the ball. A little bit of contact, and that will send Fabrizio to the Legacy Harbor free throw line.
Bryce Valley, that last possession, still working against the 1-2-2 zone. They go to a 4-out 1-in and put Matthews working the horseshoe. As she's working that, they use a couple skip passes, but that Tabby defense, long arms in the way, able just to get enough to make a miss, and then Fabrizio cleaning up the boards.
You'll notice those player graphics coming up on your screen. We sure appreciate all the hard work Elizabeth's done to get us set up and rolling with all this fun stuff. Kind of adds that second dimension to, or maybe third or fourth dimension, because David and I, we were back at the first dimension before.
Yeah, it's nice, the great work that she does there. Fabrizio makes her first free throw.
Fabrizio having a fantastic game. She averages 9 on the season.
She knocks down her second, and they head back to this defense that's caused the Mustangs to shoot more shots outside than inside.
That was Fabrizio's 16th point in the game. Lob into Haven Siret, taken away, tied up.
And that's what's happened, is every time they go in, they come with a double team. As they're trying to dump that into Haven, they're just able to deflect that ball. So they've just kept them out of the paint all night long. That zone has moved. It's been really, really fun to watch it move. Bryce Valley's going to kick out here.
Kinley Brinkerhoff set the inbounds, looking into to Matthews. Fabrizio tips it away on the backside. Jump ball possession, Tabby.
Mercedes Rose getting another assist as she was in Matthews' lap, so she couldn't jump for that lob. They brought 3 Tabby girls around as the lob went up. Matthews not able to get up there to get it, and Tabby gets the ball back. So Bryce Valley's going to come back up in the pressure. It looks like they're going to go man the way they're communicating, but they don't put somebody on the ball, so they use a little extra denial to see if they can pick something off.
Tabby working the screen. They finally get Mercedes Rhodes open, defended by Haven. She gives it to Macy Rhodes. They should have to name, like, if they're siblings, they shouldn't be able to be both M's.
It's a little rough on the letters. I've understood that a lot of my life.
Macy Rhodes, defended by Tebbs. Fabrizio with the baseline jumper, left short corner.
Like her coming off of that handoff, she came baseline side, so she came from the high down to the baseline. She curls that put the defense in a tough spot. And old Hadley Henderson, we haven't seen a lot of her here in the second half, but she likes to put a little contact in the game.
Yeah, she comes in. She had 3 fouls going into the out. I think she just picked up her. Oh no, they gave that to Fabrizio, or second.
That's interesting. Been a couple of those.
51-34, 35 seconds to go in the game. Tabby, 17-point lead, largest lead of the game. Tabby has pulled away and really defensively, and they've allowed Bryce Valley 34 points.
They've had to work hard for those 35.
And that's right on. That 34 points is exactly what Tabby's averaged on the season in points allowed. So they're a good defensive team. Jump ball, alternating possession, Bryce Valley. Coach Brinkerhoff's going to clear the team. Full timeout on the floor. We'll take one as well. This is 1A State Championship Basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com.
Imagine a cool winter sunrise with the sound of skates gliding across smooth ice, adding to the soundtrack of winter in Bryce. With the unveiling of the Bryce Canyon Ice Ribbon. The Ice Ribbon offers a meandering path with music echoing through the pines. Ruby's Inn provides crowd-pleasing activities that include ice skating, snowshoeing, and cross-country skiing, with equipment rentals on site. Book now at rubysinn.com.
Buying or refinancing a home, did you know you can request your own title company? Keep business local and request security title for all your title, closing, and escrow needs. Travis and Hillary wish all team success in the postseason tournaments.
Stage Stop Station.
Bryce Valley gets a couple looks.
Stage Stop Station
foul, but this state championship basketball brought to you by Ruby's Inn on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Also brought to you, another great sponsor jumped on with us this year, University of Utah. They understand high school sports, and we appreciate them jumping on. And then another one, Chicken Lights and Chrome Truck Show in Panguitch. Another great sponsor. So
both coaches getting some subs in, allowing play on the big floor, and we got an offensive putback right there. Nice job by Tabby to get in position there.
So in for Bryce Valley is Clark, Brinkerhoff, Wiseman, Rauba. 3 on the way for Clark. That's going to be short. That's going to be the ball game. 53-34. Tabiona with a great game.
Coming back on that third game, able to get the win. They executed a great defensive game plan and able to really got some good looks and scored well. Got up 53 points.
This is 1A State Championship Basketball on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and 1aball.com. Hang with us. We'll be back with the Ruby's Inn postgame report and highlights after this.
Stage Stop Station has all of your traveling needs. Stop by our Route 12 grill for a homemade burger and fries, or for fresh south-of-the-border Mexican cuisine. Celebrating 80 years of service, Garfield Ready Mix and Bryce Valley Builders are proud to sponsor 1A Basketball. Providing quality concrete to Garfield, Kane, Wayne, and Paiute counties, the mutters at Garfield Ready Mix are the best of the best. Rocky Mountain Fencing, located in Panguitch, has been serving southern Utah for over 20 years. Owner Marquet Engelstead is a proud supporter of Region 20. Give Marquet a call today, 435-46